my name is Jessica. Everyone calls me Jess though. Welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would recreate the eyeshadow look from my MAC Glow Play blush review. I did get a couple of questions asking what was on my eyes, so if you are interested in how to get this look using the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, then just keep on watching. Okay, so starting off, I have my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer on my lids as my primer. I normally just use concealer on them. We have Maggie. Yes, please ignore her Christmassy sweater. Her other ones are in the washing machine. She's got to have clean clothes too, right? So you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, and she's always cold. So yes, she has a Christmas sweater on, don't you, Maggie? Yes. So to set my concealer, I go in with the shade Tempura, and it is actually light enough for me, and I'm just going to set that with my Morphe M504, just a big blending brush. Hi, Mag. Yes, she also needs a haircut. She's a very sick little girl, and I try to cut her hair as little as possible, but that's another story. So then what I did that day was I went in with Burnt Orange, which is a very warm tone, light brownie color. I'm sure if you have the palette, I'm sure you do. Such a popular one, but on the same brush, my Morphe M504, I took that, I always tap off the excess, and I blew that out all over as a light dusting, all over the crease. Kind of pull that just like the extra on the outer V and blow that out all over, very high up. We're not staying in the crease, we are going even above the crease. So then what I did was I went in with my favorite shade in this palette, Dusty Rose. It's that very cool toned mauve-y color that I just love. On the exact same brush. However, the Dusty Rose, I kept more in the crease and not quite as blown out as the Burnt Orange shade. And I did build this one up just to kind of cool the look back down. Not that this is a cool look by any means, but I don't really like to wear orange, especially when I'm so fair in the winter time. So I do love this shade. Just cools it down, but we still have that orange just ever so slightly peeking out, which I personally love, especially with the blushes that I was using that day, which I do have blush please on because I can't get enough of these blushes. Can't stop using them, you guys. So good. If you haven't tried them, highly recommend. So then I always love to deepen up my outer V. So what I did was I took Rustic and Cypress Umber. I go back and forth between the two of those and stick it on my outer V very lightly. I didn't go heavy on I didn't go heavy on making it like very deep. I just wanted a light depth there. So I go back and forth between Rustic and Cypress Umber. This is on my Morphe JH37. It's perfect for like the outer V area. And I'm just gonna stamp it on the lid portion first and kind of wipe it out. Not wipe it out, like swipe it out and then in. So the lid, outer V, out and in. so I can kind of get that effect going. And you don't have to worry about it being blended right now. We'll go back in and blend that out. Gonna do the same on the other side. So then going back in with my Morphe M504 and just a tad more of the Dusty Rose, that mauve color. Not a lot, like really tap it off and just ever so gently swipe over the Rustic and Cypress Umber outer V portion, just to make sure it's all blended and no harshness. Really blend it into the crease. And because this brush is just so fat, it's perfect to just kind of smooth it all back over. So we can see this eye is much less harsh than that is. So I love to just always go back in and soften things up a little bit with a really big fat brush. It's just what I do. So then I went in with the Rose Pink, that beautiful shimmer we have going on here. And I always use my fingers with shimmers 99% of the time, especially if I want a punch with the color. Like, I mean, who wouldn't want to punch that all over their eyes? So I just go in with my finger. And these are very smooth if you've never played with them before. So just a tap of your finger. And then I just patted it on the inner portion of my lid and ever so slightly touching that outer V, but I did not go over it. So pick up a little bit more. Pack it on my lid. The inner portion and the middle of the lid, you can really pack it on there. And then I'll show you how I just gently, so no added product, just whatever's left on your hand. Just kind of gently pat over where the darker shade is to just blend it, but not lose all of that pigmentation. And how can you not love that shade? I love it so, so much. So then again, going back in with the Morphe M504, no added product. I want to lightly, I'm holding at the end of the ferrule too, so I put as little pressure as possible. Lightly just blend the crease so that there are no harsh edges where your crease colors are and then where that shimmer begins. You don't want any harshness. So then what I'm gonna do real quick is, as you can see, like I love this palette. There, nothing falls out. And you can get really nice edges with those deeper shades, even when you're in a rush and not like being super particular. I love Anastasia's formula for that, like such a good go-to palette. But I'm gonna quickly put on my, I was gonna say mascara, just kidding. Quickly put on my concealer. And then we'll finish up the lower lash line. I'll be right back. Just a side note, when you are putting on concealer after eyeshadow, do you see how I like laid that one nice in line? Nice in line, in a nice line. Make sure you just are very careful. And that's how I always get my sharp edges with concealer. After I've done my eyeshadow. Just really be careful. So I think I skipped this step in the Glow Play blush video, but my eyes are looking a little bit tired, more tired. It was a long week at work this week, so I do want to brighten them up a little bit. And my favorite thing to do is just pop a bright color on the inner corner to really, throwing things, to really make my eyes look awake and like I, have been getting enough sleep, which doesn't always happen. So I'm going to go in with Fairy, which is this really bright goldeny shade on a Morphe M213, and just pick up a tad bit of that and pop it on the inner corner right here. See, I don't know if you can tell the difference. It just makes my eyes look a little bit more awake when I do that. It's honestly my favorite thing to do. I do it with my highlighter a lot. Just pop it on the inner corner there. I can see a difference. I don't know. If you can, awesome. It's my favorite little thing to do to wake up my eyes. Then on my brow bone, I'm going to go in with my Sigma E25 into Tempera just to kind of clean up any of the blending we took a little bit too high. So then for lower lash line, I believe all I did was mix Dusty Rose and Burnt Orange together on a Sigma E32 brush. I just go back and forth lightly. I think I just did a very light wash of this, honestly. And I always bring it out to my outer V. You always want to connect it so it doesn't look like, you know, your top lid and your lower lid. Last step was I go into Noir as just like a faux liner. You could actually, I mean, you could put on actual black liner, but this is my favorite thing to do. Just stamp a good like deep dark brown or black, and ooh, see, this is what happens when you do not tap off your brushes, Jessica. See that? All that fallout? BRB. Tap off the excess before you go in with that Noir shade. It's very black. And again, just tap it at your lash line. So then obviously the last thing to do is mascara. My favorite, it's at the drugstore, CoverGirl Clump Crusher in the water resistant. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge. I don't have to set my under eyes. It never goes anywhere, and it's so lengthening and just, you'll see. It's so good. So here we have the rose gold look all finished. So fun, so easy, perfect for the upcoming spring season. Very blushy and very appropriate for spring. So I absolutely love this. You know, this is such an oldie but a goodie. It's highly raved about for a reason. I love this palette. If you've not picked it up, I know it does go on sale, so make sure you get it on sale, or at least use like a 20% off coupon, or from Ulta. I get those all the time. Sephora will be having their VIB sale coming up in probably another 2 months usually. So don't pay full price. Ever. But it is such an oldie but a goodie. I'm sure so many of you have it. This is the look, as I said, that I did in the MAC Glow Play Blushes review. I did get a couple questions asking what was on my eyes. This is it. I love this look. It's so very springy and blushy, which I love blush tones. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I hope you find it easy. You'll have to let me know if you test it out. If you have the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, you will definitely have to let me know if you recreate this look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it is super easy for you. You know, I'm not a makeup artist. I just do makeup for fun on myself. So hopefully you find it just as easy as I do. It's such a go-to look of mine with that palette. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.